Yeah. Sorry about that. I didn't know I was muted. Sorry. So I said last week we talked about introduction to Figma. Last week we talked about introduction to UI UX. The messages are distracting me. So last week we talked about introduction to UI UX. What does it stands for? We talked about the principles, the importance. We take a look at the difference between the both of them, which of them comes first, and we all understood that the US comes before the UI. Then we talked about tools used for UI UX, and it is Figma that is actually used, which is the more popular tool, and it is 100% free. Okay, let's say 99% free. So we had to navigate through Figjam, and we understood that Figjam are used for brainstorming. We also navigate or carry out step-by-step guide on how to use Figma, and then we did some design onboarding screens, and then we import and export the design, including illustrations, and then we carry out the prototype, and it was fun. So in the history of product design, we understood that UX actually comes first. So UX is all about the interaction of a product, of how a user is going to interact with a product, while the UI is the look and feel of the product. And from the breakdown of explanation, UX comes before UI. So we talked about laying a foundation for a house, down to roofing, down to painting, down to putting the choice of door or choice of window, down to putting your property and all. So we use building as an example of a product. And if you want to build a fine house or your dream house, you need to start from the foundation. Now we want to talk about the foundation of UX when you want to build a product. For example, you want to build a food app, and you want people to stay at the comfort of their home, download the app, select the choice of dishes, make payments, and then the food will be delivered to their house. Now there are things you need to do, there are research you need to carry out before you get to build this product. Already this is the idea, and you want to solve this problem for user. So there are some stages or method or research that you need to follow before building this product. Now let's talk about user research. So today class we're going to talk about user research. Now what is UX research? Some persons call it UX research, user experience research. Some persons call it user research, but both of them are the same. It's either you call it UX research or user research. Both of them are the same. Now, user research or UX research is an absolutely vital part of the user experience design process. Now, this is a research that is the systematic investigation of your user in order to gather insight that will be informed in the design process. Now, I just made an example. You want to carry out a food app. The food app, you want to solve a problem for me. Now, let me say my problem is I'm a remote worker. I have a lot of things on my desk doing. I barely eat well. This is to 3, but what I've eaten all throughout today is just 2 slices of bread, and I'm not eating healthy. Sometimes I go to bed without food. Sometimes I'll say, oh, I have a lot of things to do today. By the time I'm done with my activity, I might not have that chance to go to the market and then come back and start preparing. By the time I think of the whole stress, I'll just beg. And nobody around this my estate normally sells food. You must go to the market to buy, stock your fridge or something like that. Now, this is the problem I'm having as a user, and you want to solve this problem for me. You will not just automatically say it's not to just open open restaurants in front of my kids. Yeah, you've actually solved that problem, but it's not going to be every day I'm going to patronize you in buying one specific dish of food. It's not every day I'm going to be eating rice in the morning, right? You automatically I'm still not eating healthy, or I'm still not living healthy. I'm still not living healthy. It's still the same issue that I am having. Now, UX is all about you have to carry out an investigation with me as a user. You get to understand my problem, my frustration, and you get to understand what I really want. You get a UX research method is a way of generating insights about your user, their behavior, motivations, and need. You can use methods like interview, survey, focus group, card sorting, usability testing to identify your user's challenge and turn them into opportunity to improve their user experience. Now, one of the issues I'm having is I don't eat healthy. I'm using myself an example. I don't eat healthy. Imagine all throughout today, I just ate 2 slices of bread and I've been drinking water. But deep down, I'm very hungry. Now, by the time we are done with this class, now it's let's say it's raining, it's actually raining now. And by the time I'm done with this class, the weather is already cool. I'll say, start going to the market. First thing first is you will withdraw money. You go to the market. You come back. You start cooking the food. By the time the food is ready, you might not have the appetite to eat. And then you go to bed. Now, by the time as a user, I think of all these things. What am I going to do? I'll say, let me just, eat my bread again and just go to bed. That is what I'm just going to do because I don't have this energy for all this stress. But now, I've complained to you about these things now. Now, you now carry out a research with me. You now have to have an interview with me where you get to ask me some basic questions and basic questions related to my motivation, my frustration, my behavior, and things I actually want. I want something that I'm hungry right now. Maybe by the end of this class, maybe towards ending, I'll just place an order. Before the end of this class, a dispatch rider or a delivery man will bring my food. And after the class, I will just eat and then rest. That is what I actually want now. This is the solution I'm telling. This is my needs. This is my goals. So all this research, getting to understand your user are being done under the research stage. Now, this is the first thing you need to do when creating a product. You just need to carry out a research to understand your user. You're not just carrying out a research based on, yes, you are a user, you already know what they want, but you don't have to work on that assumption. Now, all these are done at the start of a product, but also extremely variable throughout. It comprises different types of research methodologies to gather both quantitative and qualitative information of your product or services. Now, let's talk about the two types of user research methods. Now, there are research methods that you need to carry out. There are quantitative things you need to count and some research you don't need to count. There are some things that you just need to look based on what they are saying and get your result. There are things that you need to put out there to get numbers. Now, we have two types of research. We have the qualitative and quantitative. Now, the qualitative is something that you just have to get your results from their behavior. You guys with me?
Yes.
I need to be sure my whole device is on DND. So there are research that you don't even need to carry out. You just need as you're asking them questions, you're just getting their response from their facial expression or from their tone or from how frustrated they are, and they're just ranting it to you. There are some research that you just need to put it in numbers. Oh, how many persons know how to cook but are just lazy to go to the market? You see 50 persons who raise up their hand. How many persons that know how to go to the market but they don't know how to cook? How many persons know how to cook but they don't have the energy to go to the market? You see these persons, they'll raise up your hand. So there are some research that you don't need to put. They need to tell you with the words from their mouth. there are research they need to tell you by numbers. So those research are known as qualitative and quantitative. Now let's start with the qualitative. Qualitative is the process of collecting and analyzing non-numerical data in form of opinion, comments, behavior, feelings, and motivation.
Yes.
I don't know who is this person that is talking. Please, can you mute? You are distracting the class. We are recording, please. Now, qualitative is collection of or analyzing not like something that you cannot count in form of opinion, comments, behavior, feelings, and motivation. Now, these issues that I'm having based on I'm not eating healthy. Now, the problem is I don't know how to. The problem is not I don't know how to cook or I don't have the money. The problem I'm having now is the energy to go to the market and buy something and cook. Sometimes it's the energy to cook when you already have the whole food stuff at home. That is the problem that I'm having. Now, if I am mute and ask how many persons that know how to cook, you see them, they'll tell you, oh, I know how to cook, but I don't have the energy to cook. Now, the problem is the energy. Now, there are some persons that will tell you, I have the energy to cook. I have the energy to cook, but I don't know how to cook. Now, these are people different form of opinion, form of behavior, form of feelings, form of, that everybody's going to say something. You get this? I will tell you, oh, I have the energy to go to the market. I have the energy. I can even if I work on 10 projects in a day, I still have the energy to go market. But the problem is I don't know what and what to cook. Some of them will tell you I have the energy to go to the market. I have the energy to cook, but I don't know which particular meal to cook. Everybody will have their own different opinion, different comment, different this, different that. You get that is something about research where you have to just collect this information, analyze them through what all those persons have said, the way they behaved, the way they felt about it, the way they rant about it, their opinion. This is where you just have to analyze what all of them have said to create a solution with it. Qualitative research often takes the form of user survey, interview, observation, analysis, and focus group. Now, what this means is I want to create a food app. I will write my question. First question I'm just going to write is just going to be like I'm going to write a question that says have you used any food app? First thing first, you just get their personal information. That one is actually not part of the interview question. But if you just wish to have it, no problem. Then you tell them, oh, have you used any food app? And they tell you no, yes. And you tell them what is the one thing that you don't enjoy about the food app, and then they'll tell you. And then you tell them, oh, are you a remote worker, for example? And the person tell you, oh, I'm a remote worker. Oh, let's use remote worker for person A. So person A will tell you, oh, I'm a remote worker. I am a freelancer. I work on 3 projects at the same time. I grade my student assignments. But by the time I'm done, I'll be so exhausted that I will not have the energy to cook food. I will just end up eating bread, and I'm tired of eating bread. This is what user A will tell you. And then user B will tell you, oh, I'm not a remote worker, I'm a 9 to 5 worker, and sometimes I wake up very late to cook, to carry food to the office. And when I get to the office, the food stored there are very expensive. It's something I cannot afford, and I will end up taking snacks, which snacks can actually not hold me from morning till 5 o'clock when I'm done. And then I have to come back, or maybe if I'm coming back, I'll just branch the market, buy something, come back and cook. You see that people will tell you different opinion about how they eat in a day. Some of them are not even eating healthy. Some of them are actually, some of them are eating healthy, but sometimes they repeat the same food for like 3 days straight, 4 days straight, because they don't know what meal to eat. They are just going around with rice, beans, garri, rice, beans, garri. They were just going around the clock. They are not trying out every other dishes. These are the answers or survey that you will get based on qualitative user research. Now let's talk about quantitative research. Quantitative research are the process of collecting or analyzing objective, measurable data from various types of user testing. For example, how many persons are eating healthy but don't know what to eat? You just put it. They will write their number. This person will tell you yes. This one will tell you no. For example, the question will look like sometimes the question will look like I'm trying to think of a question. Sometimes the question will look like where you say how many persons have the energy to cook. This one, yes or no. You have the energy to cook. Some person will say yes, some person will say no. So another question might be do you get overwhelming on the kind of dish to cook? You put yes or no. Some person will tell you yes, some person will tell you no. So quantitative is something that you have to ask a question, give them option to choose. Either they choose yes or no, or they choose between 1 to 10, 20 to 20, 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30. It's something that you put the question there, you put the option for them, and then they get to choose the particular option that suits for them. But for qualitative, it's something that you just have to gather your research through their opinion or comment. It's something that you cannot count at all. You're getting your solution or your answer based on what came out from their mouth. But quantitative, you're getting your answer based on something that you've put out there with option. They've returned it back, and then you are counting it. You're not moving. People that said yes, move it to this place. People that say no, move it to this place. Do you understand? So that's the difference between qualitative and quantitative. Now, let me repeat it in a layman's language. Qualitative actually means something that you cannot count. You are getting the results based on what they say, based on how they behave, based on how their opinion, based on their suggestion and their needs. But quantitative is you're getting your research based on the question and you put out there with options. But now you are counting it. People that said yes, you are moving into this corner. People that said no, you are moving into this corner. So that's the difference between qualitative and quantitative user research. Now, qualitative means user interview, one-on-one interview. Okay, I want Musa to get on the call. Let me ask him how he has been, ordering food, if he has been using another app, or in fact, how he has been living his life with food. I want to know if he's ordering food, if he's cooking, if he's a remote worker that cook, if he's a 9 to 5 person that cook. I just want to know. Focus group where I had to gather people around and say, okay, let's discuss. Interview is something one-on-one. Focus group is like something that let's gather to discuss. Case study is something that you have a case study. You know what case study is all about. Then we have for quantitative. Quantitative is something that you have to analyze. When you see those charts, something 20% says yes, 80% says no, 70% says no, 30% says yes. So that's the difference between qualitative and quantitative. Now, what are the benefits of quantitative and qualitative data? Now, let's talk about quantitative and qualitative data. Gaining both types of insights can provide a comprehensive understanding of research subjects. However, if you have already decided you need to know the why versus the what, or vice versa, it may be simpler to choose just one research method. Let's break it down one more time. Qualitative data. For example, why do you choose to order food online instead of cooking? Helen Chiwike will tell you, after working from 8 o'clock in the morning to 3 o'clock, I might not have energy to cook. I prefer to order food online, eat, shower, and go to bed. You can see that I've explained myself based on what I want, based on my motivation, based on my behavior. You don't expect me sitting on my laptop from 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. The only time I get up is when I want to go and get water or I want to ease myself. Imagine you've been sitting in one position and once you're exhausted, you're expecting me to go to the market, cook and then eat. I might have the energy to go to the market. I might have the energy to cook, but I will not have the energy again to eat. Because by the time you are cooking, the whole aroma will just fill your stomach. And then you will not have energy again to cook. Are you guys with me?
Yes, ma'am, we are with you.
Okay. Now, you see that I've given you one example for what qualitative look like. Now, giving context to behavior, motivation, attitude, and through open-ended feedback. Capture more subjective insights like feelings, opinion, and perspectives. Enable the discovery of more intangible like company culture and unmet needs. I don't have that energy to cook. It's not that I don't know how to cook, but I don't have that energy. So I prefer to just order the food, eat, throw away the plate, have my shower, and then go to bed. That is what I want to get. Now, this allows new idea and things to merge organically from participants. Now, let's talk about quantitative data. I'm thinking of a question that needs want. Let's say, what kind of opinion, what kind of idea do you, or I'm trying to put my question that has what. Let's just say, what kind of idea do you want? Do you want to cook, or you want to order food? You'll see that if we are 50 in this class, 25 will tell you I want to cook, 25 will tell you I want to order food. So you see that qualitative is something that I am telling you my mind, my opinion, and it's not something that you can count. But for quantitative, you are counting it. You're going to measure the behavior of people that says yes, I want to cook, and the behavior of people that says no, I want to order food. So they are just same question, same 10 question, 5 question, 15 question, 20 question. They are same question. But the difference between these two is qualitative is something that you get one-on-one call with them. You can hear their voice, you can see them. Maybe you cannot see them, but it's something that you just hear what they are saying. But quantitative, you can't see, you can't hear. You just put the same question, but now you're adding option to it. And then when you get your response, you just count. Google Form does that for us. Where you just count and get, how many percentage says yes, how many percentage says no, how many percentage says I want, how many percentage say I don't want. So that is what it means. Allow generalization of finding by collecting data from large sample sizes. So that is the difference between qualitative and quantitative. They are just the same question. But qualitative is something that you can hear their voice, understand their behavior, hear their opinion, see their hear their suggestion and all. But quantitative is something that you can't even hear or see them. But you just put the same question out there with option. And then once you get your feedback, you can now count how many percent says this, how many percent says that. Now, what is the purpose of this user research? Now, what is the purpose? Now, you want to create a solution for me. You want to create a food app for me where you want to create a food app for me where I don't need to stress myself. All I have to do is just before the class is over, I will just place an order and then the food will be delivered to me. Now, what is the purpose of this research? Why is it important? Now, the purpose of user research is to put your design project in context. It helps you understand the problem you're trying to solve. It tells you who your users are, in what context they will be using your product or services, and ultimately what they need from you, the designer. UX research ensures that you are designing with the user in mind, which is the key if you want to create a successful product. Throughout the design process, your user research will aid you in many ways. It will help you identify problems and challenges and validate or invalidate your assumption, find patterns and commonalities across your target user groups, and shed plenty of light on your users' needs, goals, and mental models. Now, remember, we have Glovo, we have Uber Eats, we have both food we have Jumia Food. We have a lot of food. There's this one, a Chow Deck. We have Chow Deck too. All these ones are food delivering products, and a lot of users are actually using these products. Now, by user research, the reason why user research method is very, very important, the purpose of it is to understand what user are not enjoying in all this app. Because remember, these app are your competitors. These apps are your competitors, and you want to understand what users are not enjoying in that product, and you want to do better. So that is the purpose of user research. It's just to carry your user in mind. Yeah, I've actually, yes, I'm an obedient user of Chow Deck, but I recently deleted the app because I'm tired of dashing them my money. So now let's say I've not tried Uber Eats, I've not tried Jumia Food, but I've gone through the app. And Glovo, I love Glovo app, the interaction. I'm not talking of the UI, I'm talking of the US. The interaction, I love it. One thing I love about Child Deck is, you see that part where you make payments online and a code is being sent to you. I love that UX. Now, I love that UX in aspect of you have access to that code alone. And if you release that code, another person will eat your food. Now, you see that part is because let's say for example, I have a roommate or a flatmate, and this person have access. Let's say I left my phone and I went downstairs to get one or two, and my phone rang, and my phone is not actually on password, and let's say my flatmates, we just pick my call and then go downstairs, release the code to the dispatch rider. I'm just giving an assumption. Release the code to the dispatch rider, and something like, I'm just giving an assumption how I love that code, something how it works. So you can see that that's the purpose of US. What are these apps doing that you want to do better? There are some person will tell you, I don't enjoy Jumia Food. This is what I'm suffering through Jumia Food, blah blah blah, and all. People to tell you, so, oh, I'm a fan of Jumia Food, but I don't enjoy Uber Eats. This is what I'm suffering. People will just tell you different opinion, and when you gather this different opinion from what or you can call it frustration or pain points that getting from other other app, you can just want to do your own better, something that you are still in line of the food app process, but you want to do better so that your user will not feel frustrated when interacting with your products. So that is the purpose or importance of user research. Now let's know the importance of user research, why it is so important to conduct user research. You don't work on assumption. Designs are not being done on assumption. Even if you do your design on assumption, you're going to encounter let me use the word, you're going to encounter gallop, like bad road on the process. You're going to encounter it. Yeah, everybody already know that. Yeah, food app, the flow is very, very easy. It's something that we can do. You want to push it to the market. I'm just saying, for people that want to build a product, some of our clients that are here that want to build a product, oh, you have it, and let's just keep user research. And yes, I already have the flow. Yeah, Musa, this is the flow for the app. Or yeah, open Figma. You don't need to carry out any research. Open Figma, and then you start designing. See, let me tell you one thing. You will design. You will design it though. You will design it. It will go where I will impact the product. But there are some persons that are actually going to. There are some users that, in fact, your users are going to. They are going to engage on. Let me use the word. They're going to encounter bad road or gallop along the way, because you skip the most important parts, which are your user research. You see, one thing about user research is user research will help you know who are your real users, who are your target audience, who are your people that are going to use. People like me, Helen Chimike, that I'm not eating healthy. I'm using myself as an example. You are going to know who are your real users. That is the importance of user research. You're going to know that these people are your real users. That's one thing about user research. If you skip user research and you build a product based on assumption, you will go in circular form. But now let me say it in the business part of it now. If you skip user research, let me use Musa as our client. Isha Musa is our client. Kemi and Holiness are the UI UX designer. And Musa was like, we have 2 weeks to build this product. And yes, 2 weeks is actually very, very short to build a product like this. And Musa is telling you, I've already gathered user. I've already do this. I've already do that. What we are waiting for is the product. And we have like 2 weeks to build the product. And then have 2 weeks to code the product. Now, Holiness and Kemi, we say, let's keep the user research because of the deadline is short. They don't want to discuss with Isha and Musa and tell them, Isha and Musa, that, oh, I understand that you have already set up all these things, but user research is going to help you. It's going to help your product in the market. But Isha and Musa is like, no, we don't have time. Do this. And Kemi and Holiness have tried as much as possible to convince Isha and Musa, which is the client, and he said no. Kemi and Holiness is saying, okay, let's go about with the product. And then they start building. They just keep, they just look at Glovo. They interact with Glovo one day with other food app, and then they craft their own. Maybe they just use piece of paper or drawing board and then draw their flow charts. They just draw their flow charts and they just jump on Figma, splash screen. Isha Musa will tell you, just use any fine color. Just use any color that is fine, that is eye-catchy, that is beautiful. And they just open their Figma and then they design, they put the splash screen, put the onboarding screen 1, 2, 3, 4. They just do their welcome screen, do the sign up and login, forgot password, OTP, creation of password. They just jump to home page, food description, add to cart, see the list of ads, check out, track your food, blah, 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 accounts, the settings, and then they are done. They did not do prototype, which is another aspect of user research. User feedback, which is another part of user research. And then developers start coding the work under the 2 weeks. And then they now launch, our food app is up, you should come and register. And then, for example, you now went and put that they are supposed to pay money. For example, if I click on splash screen, see the onboarding, before I will sign up as a new user, I will have to pay a token of 10 naira. Which now, I'm just assuming now, you did not carry out research and you're saying before they will use the app, they'll have to pay 10 naira or 20 naira or even 100 naira. I'm just giving an assumption. And then me as a user, are you trying to tell me that before I will sign up on your app, I must pay money? I will not use that product. I will dump it. By the time every user like me will say, I want to use this product and I'm paying money for product I will use, I will even still pay money for food, or I will even still pay dispatch rider for delivering fee. And now you're telling me I should pay money to sign up on your product. Me as a user, I will dump it. Because now, according to Musa, this is the assumption he has. And then Kemi and Holiness to just agree with the assumption that is what their clients want. And then they follow with the assumption. Nobody's going to use your product. Trust me. You don't tell me to pay money to sign up on an app. Nobody's going to use your product. But if you carry out research and then you now ask me, will you love to pay a token before signing up on this app? And I will ask you as a user, why am I going to pay money to sign up on this app when I'm going to pay to buy food and I'm going to also pay to deliver my food? By the time I give you the response and the reason why I am not going to pay money to sign up on your product, you will not understand why user research is very important. So that is the aspect of user research. It's important. You see, before your product starts from scratch, from the foundation down to the engine, user research must be carried out. Now, when you guys sign up on this particular form, like I said in our previous class, this platform you guys are using, I was the one that did the UI design. I did the user design from the student part to the tutor part to the admin. I wasn't the one that did the landing page. My colleague did that. But the student part the tutor part, the admin dashboard where our overall they are using the tutor, the one I'm using to mark your I was the one that did the design. I carry out a little research. I asked students. I think the research I did was few students from cohort 1 and very few students from cohort 2. What is that thing that Telegram is frustrating? What is that thing that you would love to? And when I got their feedback, I was so impressed. I was like, true, me as a tutor, I suffer this thing. Now, when it comes to for people that is in cohort 2, somebody was like, if you remember when last time we were having attendance issue on day 1, where somebody was like, man, why not send the link that we used in the previous cohort? If you pay attention to those issues we are having, you will notice that somebody from my previous cohort actually made that suggestion. Now let me explain something to you. Now, when it comes to attendance, what we normally, I think cohort 1, we use Google Doc, where I will give them access to the Google Doc to edit, and then they will write their name, and then I will copy the name. I will go to what is this Excel spreadsheet, and then I'll start, we already have their name. I'll start looking for their name and then look for their name and click. Then cohort 2, we use Google Form. And link the two Google spreadsheets. But in this cohort 3, what I did was just on my dashboard as a tutor, I will just turn on the section. So once I turn on the section, you now have the access to just click. So once you click your name there, automatically it will reflect on my end, and then I will see. Now, if you watch my explanation from cohort 1, cohort 2, cohort 3, you will see that I took my time to carry out research. I didn't work based on assumption. And now I've carried out a research that is okay for you and okay for me. Now, do you know the reason now? That's let's say cohort 1, where we use Google Doc. Now, if I share there are some persons that if I share the link, they will copy the link and save it somewhere. When they save it somewhere, I normally mark attendance maybe on Monday. Now, there are some persons that will add their name, maybe midnight when I'm asleep, they will add their names. Because we don't number it, they will add their names. And then, let's say, assume when I look at the list, I'll say, how come this link is long? And I will be sure that I deleted the link on the group once the 15 minutes is off. But somebody has already copied the link and pasted it somewhere, waiting for me to leave the link, and then the person will go and write all his friends' name. Now, you can see that that is one thing that I don't want to experience in cohort 2. And then cohort 2, we use Google Form. We use Google Form where I will ask their name and feedback from class. That was what I was doing that period. But they were still having access. Okay, for that Google Form, what I normally do is once they are done, I think I used to turn it off. They don't have access again to the Google Form. But where I was having issue is copying their name, coming to the Excel sheet, and still ticking their name. It was like a suffer on my end. It was a pain point. It was a frustration on my end. I'm using words based on the UX. It was a frustration based on my end. But now in this cohort 3, you are not suffering. I'm not suffering. We are not having any issue. What I just have to do is just relax on my desk and just turn the switch on. Once I tell everybody I log into your dashboard, though, are you ready? Before you click on the button, I will just turn the switch on. It's just like I come inside a room, I turn the switch on. There's lights. I do whatever I want to do. Before I leave, I turn the switch off. That was what I did. I'm not suffering. You are not suffering. Now, even if you want to say, oh, I'm not going to stay at the end of the class, so let me go and mark my name and go. You don't have access to mark it until I'll be the one to turn it on. So you can see that in cohort 1, cohort 2, students were actually cheating me. But now, we are not cheating anybody. You can see that I carry out research. That was the importance of this research I did, because when it comes to that attendance, I was frustrated. It was one of my pain points. I don't want to have that pain point. I don't want to have that issues. That was why I just carry out user research. That's something that is going to suit me and also suit the students. Okay, so it is visually impossible to know what needs and points your design should be addressed. Now, if you don't take the time to engage with real users, it's visually impossible to know what your needs and pain points your designs should address. Now, this is the importance of user research. Not only food, any other product that you are building, you don't need to work on assumption. You need to interact with real users, people that are actually going to use your product, people that are your target audience. You need to interact, you need to engage with them to know what they need, to know what are their frustrations. Some people call it frustration, some people call it pain points. But in the design world, what we call it is pain points. So that you know their needs or goals or their frustrations and or pain points. Do you understand? You understand the importance of user research. Now, why we conduct user research? User research helps you to design better products. Now, let's use this our Isha. Okay, let me explain the three of them, and then let me read the three of them and then explain with our client Isha. User research saves times and money. It helps you design a better product. 1, it saves times and money. 2, and it can be done on a budget. 3. Now, let's go back to Kemi and Holiness being the designer and Isha being our client. Now, Isha did not allow the designers to carry out user research, and they've done the products. And me, their user, I want to sign up, and you're telling me to pay 10 naira. I won't sign up. I will delete the app. Bro, I don't have space on my phone. I will delete it. Nobody is going to use your product. Now, you have spent time and you have spent money. You've paid the designers, you've paid the developers. Who is losing? You're the one losing. Designers has gotten their money. They've left you. Now, research can be done on a budget. Now, you might be thinking that research is something that might take you billion. Okay. Design, you might be thinking that research is something that might be taking you a lot of budget. But now, this is something that you want to do. Now, research will help you, work on a budget. Maybe, okay, I don't have the budget of doing this, doing that, doing this. Maybe you have like 10 process, let's say 5 process you want to follow in the research. You want to gather a group, ask them question. You want to start interviewing people one by one. What you can just do, instead of interviewing people one by one, what you can just do, you can just gather a lot of people, which is the focus group. You gather them, sit them down, ask them questions. This one will tell your opinion, this one will tell your opinion, this one will tell you. Put it together. Let's say, for example, we have like 10 persons who want to ask questions. I'm talking about the qualitative research. You have like 10 persons you want to ask questions. So instead of asking this person one, you have an interview with this person, you finish. You move to the second person, you finish. You move to the third person, you finish. You move to the fourth person, you finish. That will actually take time. It will take you like 10 hours. If you're having one hour section with 10 persons, that is going to take you 10 hours. And by the time you finish that, before you now start crafting quantitative questions with opinion and start putting out there, 3 days is already gone. So what you will just do is you just gather these 10 persons together. Let's say, even if it's together, even if it's Google Meet or wherever, you already have 1 hour where you get to, ask one question. Then this person will answer. This person will answer. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, no.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Class rep, please attend to this person. I don't know if he's on this call. Class rep, attend to this person that is dropping message. Now, research on a budget will just help you gather these 10 persons together. You ask one question, the 10 persons will answer. Even if it's going to take 2 hours, you'll be able to complete something. Now, you'll be able to, let's say, assuming this thing, actually, instead of 10 hours, all this research is being done for 3 hours or less than 3 hours. Then you have like 7 hours to create quantitative you have like 7 hours to create quantitative research and put it out there. within the space of that 7 hours, you will get your result. So what you're supposed to do for 3 days, you've done that in 1 day, but in lesser hours. Let's say you've done that 1 day and in 1 day. Something that you're supposed to do for 3 days, you've done that in 1 day. Now you've saved time, and if it's something that you're going to pay for. Google, what Google Meet does now is just 100% for 1 hour, and 1 hour is not enough, and it's something that you have to pay, like, I'm just giving for instance $20. You just pay $20 for 2 hours or $30 for 3 hours, and then you just have that long call. If it's something that you need to buy drink for, if it's something that you guys are sitting together and you need to buy drink, you can just buy something cheap and everybody will just share. I'm just giving for instance. And those questions too will help you design better products. Instead of telling me to pay money before I sign up on your app, I don't have to pay money. All I just have to do is just get their feedback, get what they want, and then design a better product for them. You've saved time, you've saved money, and you can actually work on a budget instead of skipping user research at all. You will spend that. Now then you now come back to those designers. Let's say, for example, these designers are nowhere to be found. Maybe you lost their contact or something, and then you now brought another designer. You now brought Rukayat and Peter, that they should come and edit on that file. They will look at it, they will say, you want to stress me? Oga, I'm sorry, you have to design this product from scratch. And you have no choice. You want to design a better product, you spend double. If you, for example, pay these people 50,000 naira each, 100,000, these people will tell you, you want to design a better product and now want to carry out research. You pay double, you spend double. So that is one thing about why user research is important. It's very, very important. Very. Now, in summary, user research methods are crucial for understanding users' behavior, needs, and preference to create products and services that meet their expectation effectively. By employing various research techniques such as interview, survey, usability testing, researchers gain valuable insights that inform design decisions and improve the overall user experience. These insights help identify pain points or covered opportunities for innovation, validate designs and absorption, and ensure that products are very friendly and accessible to a diverse range of users. Investing in UX leads to high user satisfaction, increased user engagement, and greater business success by delivering products and services that truly resonate with users' expectation. So this is one thing about user research. It is very, very important, where it will help you have great user engagement, and your business will be successful. Now, let's assume that if you watch from the explanation, the first stage where Isham Musa has refused to not listening to why user experience is important. You can see that he actually spent double and he didn't have a better product, and he didn't have large number of users because you've chased away your users and people are not going to interact with your product. But in the aspects where you now have to carry out user research, you now have high user expectation, you've increased large number of users engaging on your products, and you've actually meet users' needs and expectations. So that is the importance about user research. It's very, very important. You need to carry out research, even if you can't work on all of them. You can't attend to, you want to attend to people different. You can just gather them together and attend to them at once. I mean, for the research for the interview part, you just need to instead of attending to one person, the next person, you can just gather them like a focus group where you just talk to them, ask them one question, and everybody will tell you their opinion. Okay, then you gather your opinion, convert them into options to that question you ask them, and send the Google form link to another people, and then you cannot get answers from them. So in summary, designers always remember this. Research is therefore key to gaining a sound understanding of contents, the user goals, and the needs necessary for designing a truly expectational user experience. So you can now ask your question. Ask your question, and then let's carry out little practical on how to create user personas. User research. I'll teach you how to, create questions for food app using the AI tool. So ask your question.
Good afternoon. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So user research, we have learned that it's very important to create products. So I want to ask, whose responsibility is it? Is it the responsibility of the designer or the client that has the product?
You as a designer. It is your responsibility as a designer, because the reason why it is important now, whatever answer or whatever research that you've gotten from whatever like whatever solution you've gotten from that research, it is what you're going to implement in the design. Like now, our next class is going to be user journey and flow charts. Now, flow chart is the roadmap of your products. Is the roadmap of your products. Now, this stage now is something that you need to understand what your user actually wants. For example, now you want to create a flow chart. Now, the first bad user experience is telling me to pay money before I use your product. Even if you want to tell me to pay money, there's a way you can add it. For example, now as a new user, I want to sign up. Now, if I've downloaded the app, I've gone through the onboarding screen 1, onboarding screen 2, onboarding screen 3. What do you want your user to do next? Do you want them to pay money before they sign up? Or do you want them to just sign up, do whatever they want to do on that platform? Maybe you want them to pay that 10 naira. You cannot add it as VAT for them when they want to check out. They will not even know that they are paying you that 10 naira. You can see that instead of putting the 10 naira at their face when they want to sign up, which they are not going to turn up for you, you can add it when they are checking out. Maybe they are buying food of 2.5. Their delivery fee is 1,500. You cannot add the VAT. You cannot add your 10 naira, which is like maybe your own money. You cannot use another. Maybe if you don't want to use VAT, you can use another language and add the 10 naira. They might not even know they are paying that 10 naira that you're asking them to pay as a sign-up pattern. So research are being done by the designer. Whatever you do, whatever research you've done, that is what you're going to implement when you are designing. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you.
Or your other person asks your question.
Please, what if the research has already been done by maybe the person that needs the app created? Do you disregard their own research and still go ahead to do yours?
I can't hear your
Someone
background.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I said, what if the person that needs the app has already done a research by themselves and found out that these are the needs of the people, this is what they want to create? Is it best for you to still go ahead to carry out your own research or just go ahead with what they've given to you?
Now, I want to, before I answer this your question, let me ask myself this question. Like, this is the question you ask yourself. This is a research done by a client. Do you want to work with this research done by this client? Let me ask myself, do I want to work with this research done by this client? Yes, I want to, but I'm going to carry out my own research. to be sure that, because I'm the one going to design the product, I don't need something that is going to, make me regret or come back to the design or start shouting, I don't know, I wish I could carry out research, that kind of lamenting of a thing. I will carry out my own research. Then compare the two research. You can merge the two research together and then work on the design. Or you can carry out a research. Let's say a research has been done. The quantitative and qualitative part has been done by the client, and the client gave it to me. I will go through it. I will work on the design. And then, you're going to kind of another research at the end of the product where you're going to do usability testing. Usability testing, let me just summarize it, but it's actually a topic on its own we are going to treat. Now, usability testing is all about the research that is being done at the end of the product, like at the end when you are done with your UI, you are done with prototyping, and you want your real user to interact with your products. That is another part of research. It is called usability testing. Now, you want people to interact with your product. If I click on this button, where is it going to take me to? It is a prototype, like prototype we did on previous class. It's a prototype that when we click, where is it going to take me to? So, if I click and if I allow my user to interact with this product and they are having a lot of complaint, now I will gather this complaint, this feedback, and then implement it in the design. Is another part. But if you choose to work on or repeat the same research that your client has done, compare the two, merge it together, work on the product, and then do the final research at the end of the product, it's fine. But if you just want to work on the product or the research that your client has given to you and then carry out another research at the end, it's fine. But to avoid double work, me on my own part, I will do another research, compare my research and my client's research, and then merge it together and carry out the product. Because of what? I don't want to do double work. I want to save time and energy. Do you understand?
Yes, thank you. I don't know why I'm asking this question. Some clients can be very, very stiff-headed, like stiff-necked. They will tell you that this is what I want, but you're trying to tell them that this is what is better. So most times, I don't know. That's why I ask this question. If it's better to even go back and do yours, because if you try to upgrade or update what they are doing, they'll tell you, no, this is what I want. Meanwhile, what they want is actually not better than what you should have given to them. So that's why I asked. Thank you.
Yeah, you are right. I've encountered with such clients before, and trust me, my English then was not like, there's a way you will convince somebody. You will convince. At a point, you will see that should I switch to another language that this person will understand? You know that you know what you want. You actually know what is correct, but the client is telling you, no, do with this pattern. Sometimes what I normally do at this point is, if I convince a client that, let's say a client is saying yes to a no answer, and me, I'm saying this thing is not yes, so it's no, and the client is saying is like yes. What I normally do is, I will convince the client, I will tell you, I will talk to you, I will let you know, try to, preach to you, tell you why this thing will not work this way, it will work this way. But if you insist on standing on your ground, I will go ahead and do what you say I should do. But if the clients come back and tell me, oh, Helen, no, that thing that you are saying that time, you are correct, I would love to work on that thing. See, you push your mute because I'm recording this class so that when others are going through the recorded video, it will not distract them. Just find mine, please. I'm trying to talk with you. Now, the reason why, so if a client is saying, oh, that thing that you are saying that time, you are correct, oh, please, can we do that thing that you are saying that time? Is the right thing. I will demand for extra pay. I will demand for extra pay. That's what I normally do. I will demand for extra pay, and then I will let you understand. And that is when you as a client, you know that, okay, this person is actually correct, and this person knows what he or she is doing as a designer. So I'll demand for extra pay. I won't do it for free. So I'll demand extra pay and then do the job. Yeah, some clients can be, tough sometimes, but try as much as possible to convince them. If they don't listen, go ahead and do what they want. But trust me, with time, they will understand that, oh, this person is actually correct, and they will come back for you to work on that thing that you were telling them that was correct, and then you demand for compensation for it. So if you have a question to ask, just notify, like tap as if you want to unmute. I will like try to unmute from your end. It will show that you're raising your hand, then I will unmute you from my end. Any other person have question to
Okay, ma. Regarding this, the user profile, is it this app that we talked about requesting for food app? When the user is going to pay for the money, is it going to look like when we are going to do the programming stuff? Are we going to like join the whole VAT and the money that person is supposed to pay for the request?
I'm just giving that as an example of what user research is all about. Please mute. Peter, mute. I'm just giving an example. That was why I'm just using it. It's not something that I'm telling you to go and do. I'm just using that as an example to let you know how user research is being done. Do you understand? So don't just assume that it's something that you need to do. I'm just using that as an example to explain how user research is being done.
Okay, ma. Thank you.
Deborah, Wachuku, I think I noticed your hand was up.
Okay, ma. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much for this class. Please, sorry I'm taking you back. I wanted to ask, what is the essence of that prototype that we normally use during our design while working on the Figma?
Okay, let me explain this like I'm talking to a 2-year-old child. The essence of prototype is to get feedback on the product that you have just designed. If it's something that is actually going to in line with the user research that you've done or not. Let me look for another example. For example, food app. You've done your research, and what I want, I am your user. I am one of your user. What I want is, I want something that if I'm done in the whole day, I just want to place an order for the food, pay for the delivery fee, and it will be delivered to my doorstep. I will eat and sleep. That is what I want. Now, this is what I want, and I'm telling you now with a sad face, which is my behavior. I'm sad. And you've looked at it, and yes, how am I going to make the flow? The flow is going to be, if Helen download the app, what is she going to do? Is she going to stay at her phone? What is she going to do? The first thing she's going to do as a new user is open the app. It takes her to the onboarding screen. I'm explaining the prototype for you. It takes me to the onboarding screen. 1. screen 2, screen 3. She sees a welcome screen. I'll sign up because I am a new user. When I sign up, what are the information that is going to be on the sign up page? What are the information you need before I sign up? Do you need my place of birth? Do you need how old I am? Do you need my full government name? What are the information that you need? Now, in that place, you now notice that you don't need my place of birth. You don't even need my address at that process. What you just need is my phone number, my email, creating of password, and my full name. Do you want to separate the first name and last name, or you want to join all of them together? The choice is on the designer based on the research they have gotten. Then the next thing is verification of what? Phone number, because it is your phone number they are going to call. So they need to verify that this phone number is active. Then if you want to create a separate password page, no problem. But if you want to add that on your sign up page, no problem. Then what is the next thing? You get an illustration or a pop-up or whatever information. I'm talking of the UX and the UI design principle, which is the feedback, where you have a feedback to say that this transaction you're trying to do is successful, and it takes us to the home page. Now on the home page, what is going to be on the home page? Do you want your app to be owned by only one restaurant, or you want your app to be owned by different restaurants? Where Helen, we look for a restaurant she like, maybe Amala Headquarter, or maybe Chicken Republic, or Kilimanjaro, or The Promise, or Crunchies, or whatever restaurant she's looking for. She opened the restaurant's page. She searched for jollof rice, party jollof rice, and turkey. She add to cart. If before she add to cart, she opened to see if the ingredients used, if it's something that she doesn't eat garlic and ginger. If they use garlic and ginger, I will not order. But if garlic and ginger is not used, I will order. Add to cart. When I add to cart, do I want to make it 2 plates or just 1? If it's 2 plates, I'll just click on the plus sign and then check out, where I'll have to make payment. How am I going to make payment? Am I going to make payment through bank transfer or card? Now, why do you want to add these 2 options? That will be done in the research. Now, before I continue on the flow, now there are some persons that don't like adding their card to any platform. For example, I have trust issue with many applications adding card. I don't add my card. I'm telling you based on user and as a designer, I don't like adding my card for security reasons. There are some persons that will tell you, I prefer to add my card. I don't use any bank app. I prefer to just add my card, collect the money. Bank transfer, sometimes it will tell you you have to wait like 5 minutes for them to approve your transaction. There are some persons that will tell you, I prefer card, but me, I prefer transfer. If like, let it take 4 days, no problem. But card, I don't like adding my card. All these things are research that you like. All these things are something you have to do during research, where you have to ask your user, do you prefer bank transfer when it comes to payment? When you prefer bank transfer or card? All this is something that you do during research. And then let's continue our prototyping. And then you select your payment method, transfer, bank transfer. You click on bank transfer. It opens a page where you have to copy an account number and how much you are going to pay. But before that, or your checkout, you've already add your billing details. Your billing details include your shipping address, nearest bus stop, your address, your house number, your phone number, your full name, your what again? So by the time you add that billing address, automatically it will generate your delivery fee, maybe 1.5 or 2.5 or 3.5, whatever 5 amount it added. And then now let's bring back that our 10 naira that you want users to pay. I'm just giving you for example, if only you want users to pay 10 naira to it, then you add it. Then automatically if your food is 2.5 for 2 plates is 5,000, your delivery fee is 2.5, you have like 7.5, and then plus the 10 naira, 7,510 naira. Then you have to, select your payment method, bank transfer or card, and then I click on bank transfer. Now, all these things are the essence of usability testing. That is the importance of prototype, where you have to carry out all these things. Now, if me now you've done all these things on the Figma and you've shared the link for me to interact with this product, and I'm interacting with this product. Now, whenever if all my feedback, I'll tell you, oh, I could not, add extra plate. I wanted to make it 3, but I think the highest number your platform is telling me is 2 plates. Are you saying that if I want to order for 3 persons, I have to pay for 2 plates and then come back again and pay for 1 extra plate? Is it what you're telling me? So that is the essence of prototype, to get your last user research, which is called usability testing, where you have to, know. Now this is where it is like, I'm trying to put this English in a layman's language. This is the last stage where you have to, push this product you've designed to your users, to the real users. Let them test this product and be satisfied with what you design. Or we don't call it what you design, we always call it what you created, the solution you've solved, before handing it over to the developer. So that is the essence, or that is the importance of prototyping.
All right,
Do you
ma.
understand?
Got it, ma. Yes, thank you so
Okay.
much.
Any question again? Any other question? If you want to say something and you are muted, just unmute from your end. I will see it like you're raising your hand, then I will mute you. Ubuntu. Ubuntu, I saw you raising your hand. Go ahead. Okay, so let's try out something.
Thank you. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
It's actually not about the class, it's about the attendance. I've not been able to mark my attendance. I don't know if it's only applicable to me.
You want to mark attendance now? I didn't get you.
Oh, I can't mark it now until after the class. Is that how it is being done?
Yes.
Thank you.
So, okay. So before we continue, I want to, okay, so I will create a pool on So I've created a pool on the group for people using the Figma app. select yes. For people using the browser, select no. So let me know which one you are using. I want to correct us on something that we are having issues with. Please just select yes or no. It's very simple. It's a poll, yes or no. So where is that file that we've been using? See all your assignments. Okay, it's not on this file. I want to correct us on something. The last person that dropped that message, delete it. Hello, Madam Inola, delete it. Please, delete it. Somebody dropped the message. Why not react to it? Other person has reacted to that one. Why not react? Delete that message. Okay, was it this file that we are using before? Was it this file we used before? Yeah. Okay, so I want to show you guys something. So okay, so before we continue, I want to clear us on something. I think it's going to be very, very important to avoid locking of the file, which is not going to happen forever and ever. I want to show us something using Figjam. It also apply on Figma too. In the aspect of requesting access to edit on my file when an assignment is given and you are saying that you don't have access to my file, you want to, work on my file. Now, look at this file. I don't have, this is my other email. This is the main one, which this is actually working, and I can, change this name. Let's call it score 3. let us call it cohort 3. We have the page 1. We have, I can do any other thing. I can create another page. I can do any other thing. 4 persons are reading on this file. So, and for this one, I don't have access to do anything. And when assignment is given, you see this corner, you can only view or comment on this board using C and / to chat. You see this button, start editing. You see the, or you now click on edit. When you click on edit, I'm going to, now you can see that ask to edit, and you now click to now show like this. Automatically, you can see that I don't know, I'm not turning on my video. You can see that I've received mail, I received notification that I should give you access to edit. You see this, you see this place. I want you guys to avoid it. You see this place, avoid it. The reason why I'm not granting anybody access on my Figma file is not that I don't want you guys to edit on the file or don't have access to do anything. It's the reason that because I don't know how I'm going to say this thing, but if I say this thing, that you guys are just going to be surprised. Last cohort, I gave the privilege of doing whatever I want to do on my Figma file. Somebody actually submitted my Figma file to me. I forgot to mention itself when I was explaining something in the assignment part when we started our class. Somebody worked on my file. I gave you assignments because you have access to work on my file. You worked on my file, like I don't know what you did on my file. You did your assignment on my file, copy my file link and submit to me instead of creating your own. This thing happened from the beginning of the cohort down to the ending, and I could not tell who was that because a lot of persons have access to my file. For example, if you click on this share, you can see that you can see that there are a lot of persons that have access to this file. I can't tell who actually did that. And if I come and say, who did this? Everybody will say, I'm not the one, I'm not the one, I'm not the one. I don't know. So that was why I don't want to repeat that same mistake. Giving you guys access to my file, and then you guys are requesting for access to edit. Requesting for access to edit shows that you want to edit on my file. It shows that you want to edit on my file, which it doesn't make sense at all. So you have access to only view on my file. You see this corner. Let me send you the screenshots. Let me send you the screenshot on how it's going to look like. Some persons is going to look like this. Some persons is actually going to look like this. So if you open this screenshot, you see these 2 screenshots. It might show start editing or access. You see this button, these 2 buttons. Just avoid it. Do whatever you want to do. You can't even do anything. The only thing you can see is just to take a look at it, get the dimensions. I can't even delete. Now, for example, I want to delete this. I can't delete. I can only highlight. I can't delete it. See it. I can't delete it. I can only copy as PNG or copy or link. Like I can't do anything. But if I come to this particular file, now you can see I've received notification here. My other account wants to edit. And the funny part is that if I delete it will show that I've denied access. And then if you come back here, it will show you here. And the same person will go ahead and click it again. And then if you come back here, now you can see that I've received notification on my phone, the app. Then you can see that if I deny it here again, the person will go again and click. Now, you will not blame me, but it will show that in my head, I will just automatically say that this person actually want to work on my file instead of creating his own account. Instead of creating his own account, but he just wants to work on my file. Why? So whenever a Figma file is sent to you, you see that start editing or ask to edit, just avoid that button. Just avoid it. Like avoid it at all. Now I've sent this Figma link to us. It's on the some persons are already on this file. 2 persons are already on this file. I'll send the link. This is how it's going to appear on your end. You see this part, just ignore. See this button, just ignore. Just be on the file. Look at what I'm doing. Just have access to the file. Look at what I'm doing. That's all. Okay. Now, I want us to create something. We've talked about user research. What are the things that are being used for user research? So let's create. So we want to create a questionnaire for a food app. Now, we want us to move now. So I want us to, okay, let me give you guys access to it. So you guys have access to edit on the file. So I want us to be on this file, and I want us to, everybody get a sticky note. Anonymous, please, you have to create an account. So everybody have access to, if you're on this Figma file, I want us to create a sticky note. So this is how to get a sticky note. So get a sticky note here. So when you paste the sticky note is automatically going to carry your Figma. So I want us to create questions for a food app. So I can see 9 persons on this file. Okay, some persons are already 2. So I want everybody to create a sticky note, like give your own a section, like a section like this. I can repeat it though. So what you will do, let me delete the sticky note. First thing first is, this is where a section. Yo. Somebody said something.
Yes, ma. This is Lukayas. Good evening.
Good evening.
Well done. I was trying to open the link you sent on the group, so I didn't get where you said this is how you create a sticky note. I am so sorry.
Okay. I can see that a lot of persons are coming on the file. So this is what we are going to do. Everybody have access to it on the file. We want to carry out a small practical. We want to create questionnaire. Okay, let me put it this way. We want to create a question that we are going to ask our user to get solution to their problem. Now, I want everybody to create at least 5 questions you're going to ask your user related to food. Now, first thing first is you're going to click on this selection here. So you're going to keep it your own corner here. And then you can just double click and just say, let's just say questions, interview questions. Then once you create your interview question, then bring one sticky note here, add it. So once you add the sticky note, automatically it carries your name so that we'll know who is working on that section. So each of the sticky notes, write 5 questions that you need to ask your user related to food app. This is this. Yeah, use this. Yes, Priscilla is getting it. No, who did this? This is not. This is wrong. Rukayat, no. Use this one. Use this section. So once you draw your section, anonymous, you need to create an account before you do anything. Like the Figma is wide, so everybody take your space. The Figma is wide, everybody take your space. So each sticky note should carry your name so that we'll know who is that. Anonymous, you need to create an account before you can do anything on the Figma file. So what are the questions that you need to ask your user? Question you need to ask your user. Interview question you need to ask your user. We are trying to create a food app. make sure make sure make sure your sticky notes are together, like five of them that are together. Let me show you something with my own. Now watch people should come and watch my stop designing for now. Stop designing. Everybody watch my Zainab, why are you trying to spotlight me? Now everybody stop designing. Come back to Telegram. Let me show you guys something. Let me repeat it again so that we'll carry it out together. Now, first thing first is to make it easier for us, bring your sticky notes, drop it here. Once you drop it here, make your text to be large. Then make this one like this, one. Then duplicate two, duplicate three, duplicate four, duplicate five. So I have it like this, five. Now, the five of them carries my name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type my question inside, and then I'll come to this place that says selection. I'll click on it, and then I will hold it this way. So once I make it this way, I'm just going to write it interview question. So your sticky notes, interview questions, your sticky notes should be together. So I will know that this is done by one person. So don't just scatter it. It will be confusing because there are many of us on the file. Like this person that did this one, this is actually too big. This is too big. You want to take up the whole space. Just 5 questions. Okay. Everybody have access to edit on the file. Everyone has access. Everyone has access to edit on the file. So do your own. I'm doing my own. So do your own. Everybody has access to edit on the file. So if you don't have access to edit, request for access. Let me grant you access to edit so that you will work on this challenging this small test we are doing. Or refresh, if you're using a browser, refresh your browser. So I'm working on my own. So everybody work on your own. Double click on it. Just once you select a sticky note, just start writing. So who is done? So I've created my 5 questions. So Rukaya, look at Figma. Rukayat, look at Figma. Or mute. Rukayat, or mute.
Yeah, I'm here, ma.
Yeah. So if you want to create a sticky note, see this guy here. Just bring it
Okay.
this way. If I see any color on your system, just drop it this way. So once you drop it, it's just going to show like this. All you have to do is just to zoom in and then start typing.
I should request start editing. I thought maybe it's going to ask you to, it's going to notify you.
Is
That's why
it
I didn't
showing?
click.
Is it requesting to edit?
Yes, yes. All of the
Request.
icons below this, yes, they are looking fade out and it's saying start editing.
Yeah, start editing because everybody on this file has access to edit, but I don't know why it's request. Request.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, request. Let me receive it.
Ma, please, even me, mine is showing start editing.
Oh yeah, start editing. Request. I guess the reason is because this person's seat. I've not updated you guys' seats. So I think I'll have to remove everybody and then add everybody again. But request. Priscilla, are we writing the same question?
Sorry, I've
Priscilla,
requested, but it's yet to be accepted.
I'm not seeing any notification. Okay, hold on guys. Let me remove all these persons. Let me remove all. Priscilla, your this thing is too big. Like it's even close to my own. So let me people that don't have access. Let me remove all this so that you have access to edit. If I've removed you from the file, just click on the link and then join back. Even if your own is too big, don't worry. Priscilla, just arrange your own. It's too big. I want to see everybody's own. Just 5 questions. Even if you want to copy my question, no problem. But I just want to see that you know how to do it yourself. Priscilla, do you have access to the file now? Sorry, Rukaya, do you have access to the file?
I'm doing it already. I have access now.
You can't use your phone for this, so
Not me, oh, not me.
how many Rukaya do we have? 2 or 2, Shay?
We have two Rukayat.
Because I know I spoke with one the first day. You can't use. We've come to the stage where you need a laptop. Without laptop, you can't do anything. No? I've not used Figma app before to do Figma app on a mobile phone to do editing other than prototyping.
Okay, I'm the person that's trying to use my phone to do it. So my phone won't work. I should just stop.
Huh?
I'm asking if I should just stop since I can't use phone because I'm using the phone.
See, I'm going to say after the class. I'm going to say something after the class.
Okay, ma.
If I mistakenly remove you from the file, just click on the link and join back. Rukayat, do you have the second Rukayat? Do you have access to the file now?
Sorry, I have a question. Hello?
Somebody's Elizabeth.
Rukaya 1
This
and
is how.
Rukaya 2, so that we know.
Okay. Elizabeth, this is how to increase your sticky note. So once you keep it like this, it's going to be too small. Is she on the? Is she here? Elizabeth, are you here?
No, I
Okay.
continue. I'm having the same issue. I can't increase mine. Even
Okay.
after doing extra large,
See,
it's
see
still
what
very
see
small.
what let me talk now. See what you will do. When you just click on the sticky note. Once you click on it, you can select whatever color you want to select. So I'm going to use pink. So once I drop it like this, it's going to be too small. All I have to do is just to zoom in. So once I zoom in, I will click out, then click it like this, and then just drag it. Because immediately you click it, it will just tell you start typing. But if you don't want to type first, you want to increase it, just increase it the way. I think this is the width size, the larger width size, and then you can increase it this way, and then just click on it, and then start typing. You can come here and then reduce the size to maybe large. So what I used on my own was large. So yeah, you can now use extra large so that your text will be visible, or even huge because it's big. Not plenty for this file. Rukayat, do you have access now? Rukayat 2, do you have access now? Because Rukayat 1, she has access to view.
Yes, I do. I've done my sticky note already at the lower part.
So so this person did. Now, this your question this is a quantitative question. This is a quantitative question. Your question has the option. It has the question and it has the option. This is a quantitative question. This is a quantitative question. This is a quantitative question. This is a quantitative question, and this is a qualitative question. So this your question now, You question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4. You added option to them. So these are the kind of question you will fill on a Google form and then push it out there for user to just answer. But this question, your options comes after you have one-on-one question or one-on-one interview with your user. So this is like the second stage, like this is the part 2, not the part 1. The options comes at the part 2. I'm talking to this person that did this here, but your questions are okay. But this is like the tips. I wanted top questions related to food app, but this is like the beginning of the question. It shows that you are going to add extra questions to this. So give us like 5 tip questions that are related to food app, except you want to add more 5 then. Because your question does not relate to any food something. This order, have you ever received a wrong order? Are you saying that is it an e-commerce? Is it a food? You're not telling us a story about a food app. I'm talking to this person that did this one, yeah. So you see there, your own is like the largest, yeah. So I have to over zoom. I have your question. Have you ordered on a food app before? Tell us about your experiences. What feature would you like to add on the food app? Will you like to continue using the app? Remaining one question. These are okay because here you're looking at the first question. It shows that you're trying to build a food app. So your questions are okay. So this person that answered this one, you need to add extra 5 because your questions are not showing that you're building a food app. Okay, I saw Ugochukwu somewhere here. Okay. Have you other? I love your fonts, but you need to maintain. Oh, take out this your question from number. Just take it out from number. Let's just be placed like that. So take now to remove this number. All you have to do is I'm talking to Ugochukwu. So what you have to do is click on the text, or you can highlight, then come here, listed number listed. Click it out. So if you're using this particular font choice, please use it here. Don't use 2 different fonts. Who are your target user of this product? This question is not a designer question. This question is not directly to your user. This question is like you're talking to a client. You're asking your clients question. So I'm talking of interview question that you need to ask your user before you build a food app for them. So your first question is okay. The second question is not okay. It's not questions that are related to user. This is a question related to your clients. So continue. Let me see. Let me go and see other person's work. I can't see who have this one. Obonaya Blessing Okori. I can't see your work again. Oh wow. My chair lady, she has done her own. Okay, your question, will you like to log into a food app with well, yeah, good question. What category of food do you like to be included in the food app? Okay. What payment option do you want to use on the app? Will you like a short video of a category of food or just image? Okay. Will you like an idea or a chat box to Zainab, your questions are okay, perfect. Kate. Hey, Kate, increase your this thing now, please now. Let me increase it from my end. Thank you. Kate, easy. Have you ever ordered food or used it? Yes. What are your challenges? Your questions is like it's a 2-in-1 question, which is not bad, which is okay. If yes, what are your challenges? If no, why haven't you? What food platform do you use? Why do you use Why do you use the food app ordering platform you use? Okay. Next one is how long does it take for you to get your food delivered to you? Yeah, perfect questions. Zainab, your questions are okay. Who is working on this one? Opeyemi. I love this name, Opeyemi. Opeyemi, I'm still waiting for your question. Who have this one? Kemi the Explorer. This will be Kemi. Yeah, this is Kemi's own. Okay. Do you prefer intercontinental? I believe this space is not supposed to be intercontinental dish or local dish. Oh, local dish. What are the features you look at when using a food app? Are you on a special diet plan or they are there? Okay, you don't consume. Okay. How often do you order food online? What about the diet? Yeah, your questions are okay. Yeah, I love what I'm seeing. Michael, yeah. I love what I am seeing. Okay. Cecilia, your own is small. Sorry, I have to increase it here because of my eyes. So this is how to increase it. You use this is not Cecilia. Okay. I think I clicked on the wrong something. Sorry, I have to increase your sticky notes. It's too small for my eyes. Put a new Priscilla, put a new selection, please. I took out the wrong one. Your selection. Sorry. What is the final version of e-app? Is it the question I asked? This is not the question I asked though. Where did you get your question from? Who is working on this person? This thing is not. This is not. This sticky note. This is not sticky note. Oh, wait. Oh. This is not sticky note. These are shapes. Who is working on this one? Who is working on this? Ishaya. Moses. Sorry, Musa. Musa, this is not sticky note. This is a rectangle. You're using a shape. You're supposed to use sticky notes. You're using shapes. Yeah, I can see Clinton working here. Clinton, oh, come, oh, your questions. Come. Take out this. Take out either instead of this. Why not duplicate this? Clinton, are you with me? And Clinton talk on this call, or is he muted? So Clinton, what you're going to do is duplicate instead of adding these options. Why not duplicate your question? The first one should be plain. The second one should have options.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that, but I'm using my phone, so it's taking a while.
Oh, okay. Well done. Who is this person? Elizabeth. Okay, she's still working. Okay, we are over 40, 42, 41 on this file. Why am I seeing only a few persons? Oh, I didn't come up. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I've seen this one. Who did this one? This one is too small. Yeah, she's still working. Christina, your own is too small. See, it's small. Okay, this is Choma's work. Choma, use one font. These questions, this is your number 5 question. This your number 5 question is not related to user. It's related to a client. It's a client question. Like you as a designer, you're asking your client this question. So this is not a user question. Your number 5 question. How do you think food app can accommodate users with disabilities? This is like a question you're asking your clients, not your targeted audience. So change your number 5 question and your fonts should be together. Like use the same pattern of font. Don't use this choice of font and then this choice of font. No. I'm talking to Choma. I hope she's on this call. Change your number 5 question. Okay, so I think I love what I'm saying. Esther wants to ask a question. Where is her name? Where is that? Indicate, raise your hand. Let me see it. Like try to mute from your end. Let me unmute you, please. Okay, I've seen it. Go ahead with your question.
I'm asking the questions we are giving, are we giving them options like to make it quantitative, maybe yes or no, or we are just requesting for qualitative data?
We are to start from qualitative.
Okay.
Yeah, start from qualitative.
My own is up for one corner like that.
Okay, start from qualitative first. So let's start from Deborah want to go. Okay, let me look for you guys are many on the file. So I'm trying to, since my own is the smallest. So I'm trying to look for your own. This person is not using, you are using, this is a rectangle. This is not a sticky note, this is a rectangle. Who designed this one here? Hey, Monica. It's like you guys will start, see, when you are done, tag me. It's like you guys will start tagging me. This is a rectangle. This is a rectangle. This is not a sticky note. I don't know who is working on this. See what you, when you are done, tag me. Tag me. This, you stop expanding it, Cheta. This is a rectangle. This is not a sticky note.
Please, how can I tag you?
Yeah, tag me. See, if you want to tag me, let me use my own as for example. If you want to tag me on the file, who is trying to spotlight me? If you want to tag me, see this place, view comment. So when you click on it, your cursor will change. Just click on it, and then let me tag the Doris. Debbie. I saw Debbie. Abby? Deborah, sorry. Rukayat has tagged me now. So I'm going to tag Debbie now. Just tag me. She will receive notification from my now. Rukayat has tagged me. So I'm just going to click on this comment and it will take me straight to where she tagged me. To just tag me to you and I'll just come straight to the place. What's the business motivation about? It makes me look healthy. What are your daily problems getting the food you consume? How does the problem affect your everyday activity? How will the solution align with the problem? What is the best solution you will love? Okay. You have this one. Okay, your questions are okay. So the next person has tagged me. So yeah. Okay. Now these are good questions. So anybody that is done, just tag me. Let me just come to that place. Okay. Now it shows that you guys are getting it. Now this is your question now, This is your question now, Shall I say it? Okay, let me say it. Now this is your question. You've done the first part. Now the second part you're going to do, which is part of your assignment, is you're going to make the question 10. You're going to add extra 5 to this question. Take note so that you start working on the assignment before I drop the question on Monday. This your question now, you guys have done 5 in class. So what you're going to do, you're going to use Figjam. If you choose to copy it to your Figma, to your Figjam, no problem. So you're going to create your own Figjam account. Sorry, your own Figjam file. When you create the file, you copy this your question 5 you've done. For only people have reviewed that I said okay, they are okay with, I'm okay with their work. You will copy it to your Figjam. You will add extra 5 questions to read. And then when you add extra 5 questions to read, the first question should be in qualitative questions. And then the second question should be in quantitative questions with option. You know, the second one will definitely have option. It's the same question, but the first one should be plain like this, while the second one should carry the options. So it's going to be 10-10. So you're adding extra 5 questions and making the 10 questions and adding options to it. So that is the part A of your assignment for today. Then tomorrow, after tomorrow's class, I'm going to give you the part B of the assignment. Somebody should help us and type it in a layman's language on the group. Put it in the Musa is like you see that is going to do that job. Put it in place it in the announce. Okay, now I'm going to create assignments this thing channel. Let me do that now. Oh, give me a second. Because further I start me. So I'm going to create a new topic. This is going to be like assignments. So I've created the parts. Who's trying to? Okay, I'm coming. People that are tagging me, I'm coming. How easy was it to place an order on our app? See, I will this question that you're asking, how easy was it to place an order on our app? This your first question is showing the second part, like under usability testing. Sorry, these are the questions. This how easy was it to place an order? This is the question you will ask your user when they are done prototyping your work. So question you will ask your user is question like, let me use my own for example. Let me use my own and Zainab question for example. I'm coming. I'll read all of this. Let me use my question. Where is my own? Okay. My own should be somewhere here. Okay, now these are the question. These are the question you will ask. Zainab, I'm going to use your own too. I love your question. You and then look at Zainab's question. For example, her first question is like, first question you will ask your user is, have you tried ordering food from any food app? Would you like to log in or sign up on a food app using your Google or Facebook or email or something like that? Your question should be something that they are about to try, not they are done trying. That is where your question should point direction to. What are the challenges you faced when using other food app? What are the challenges that you have faced when you are trying to, order or select a food from this app, from the app that you've used? So your question should not be something that they have already tried. Your question should be something that they are about to try, but they are doing something related with other particular platform. Why do you prefer ordering food online than or to cooking at home? Why do you love using this app that you are using? Why do you stop using this particular app that you were using before? That should be where your question should be directing to. You should inform them that you are trying to build something similar to this thing they are already doing. You are just only getting questions, research from them related to the app that they are already using, but you want to do something better. You want to get the problem they are facing in that app. You want to get that problem and you want to solve that problem to be a better something in your own app, but using the normal workflow. So that's where your question should be directed to. You get? Then, well, who am I reviewing? Let me go back to that person's question. Don't tag this account, though. Don't tag this account. Tag my Obianujo Akuchinwike. Don't tag this other account. I mean, this question. So this is your first question. This your first question is not correct. How can we improve the app? This is not correct. Your questions are not in line with what we are. How easy was it to navigate through our app? No. Did you encounter any glitch? So this question, Olani, these questions are asked when you are done designing, you are done prototyping. That's when you will now ask this question when they are, trying out the prototype of your work. This is when you will ask this question. So these questions are done at the last stage, usability testing. So change your question. Change your question. You will finish with the notification today. Okay, the next person that tagged me is Kate. I thought we have okay. I didn't. Kate, I thought we are done with our own. What do you use? What other user long does it take? At least your questions are okay. Ola, hey. Okay, where's your question? 1. What challenges did you encounter with food app? Okay. What device did you mostly use for food app? Okay. Yes. I love your second question. What feature will you say you love most about food app? Perfect. What payment option do you think should be included in food app? Okay. How responsive do you think food app are when you are taking order? Perfect. So you're going to add extra 5 questions to this your 5 questions, making it 10, and then 10 questions. The second one, just duplicate the question but add options to the question. Let me move to the next person. Freda, how frequently do you use mobile app? Okay, on a scale of 1, how do you easy to find your preferred on the app? Okay, can you describe a time you struggle to complete? Okay, can you these your questions, they are the same. These two, these your questions, they are the same. These two are the same. How likely are you to recommend this app? So change this question, change this one. Maybe you can add payment option or something that they love most, or just these two are the same. Change the question. Pedro. Hey. So who is this person? Pedro, you actually use a rectangle. You didn't use a sticky note. You use a rectangle for this. Be square. You use shape. You not use sticky notes. I wanted to get the name of the person that actually worked on this. So have you ordered food online? If yes, what app do you use? What navigation? What was the navigation experience? How is your? Was there any delay on an order? Were you satisfied with your order on the delivery? What are your what is the recommendation to satisfy? Were you satisfied with your order on delivery? Looking at this question, okay, your questions are okay, but you used shape instead of sticky notes. Who's the next person? Rachel. Okay, Rachel said, have you used a food app before? Yes. What is the most frustrating part of ordering food online? What payment method do you prefer using? Will you prefer tracking your food delivery in real time or estimated delivery time? No. Okay, I love your fourth question. Perfect. I love your fourth question. Will you like to customize food? Oh, okay. Will you like to customize your food orders? Yeah. Okay, your questions are okay. You're tagging me again. What challenge have you faced ordering food through an app? Have you ever abandoned order because you feel so what happened? How easy is it to navigate the food app you use? What payment method did you use? Have you had issues with delivery? Yeah. Your questions are okay. Kemi the Explorer. People are still tagging me. Everybody want me to repeat their question. Okay. Kemi, I've seen your question now. Why are you tagging me again? Did you change your question? Zainab, I've seen your question. How many Zainab did we have? How many Zainab do we have? Zainab, this your text is larger than this one, so you just need to be consistent. You just need to be consistent. If you're using small, use small. If you're using big, use big. If you're using large, use large. Debbie, I've not seen you've not tagged me now. Debbie, tag me tag me. Okay, so I love what everybody is doing. Shows that everybody know or understood it. So just zoom, like how do I don't know how I want to explain in Zoom, but just keep your cursor and then I'm using my what are they calling it? My laptop pad. I'll just zoom like this. For example, let me zoom what Priscilla is doing, just like this. I don't know how I want to explain the zoom, but just click and then hold your control and then zoom. Kate, you're still tagging me. Michael is tagging me. Okay. Kate, you're still tagging me. I thought you are done now. Kate, your questions are okay. Your questions are not okay. Your questions are okay. Michael, let me see your work. Can you describe? Can you describe your ability? Oh, fantastic. My questions are good to go. Let me. This your question should be the first. Temi, your question should be the first. I'm just trying to pronounce the only part I can pronounce in your name. This your question. How often do you use food app? It should be like the first question you ask your user. Please check. Choma has tagged me. If you tag my other account, please tag this my Obianoja account.
Coach Halika, please, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please, I'm trying to look for my own sticky notes. They wait to find, like,
You're trying to
I
look for
actually
your
know
own
the number. Yeah, I'm lost.
Okay, I'm coming. We'll look for it together. How do we look for it now? God, I beg go. Listen, I'm not going to cast me. Choma, your own is good to go. Choma, your own is good to go, but your number 5 question, you are not directly asking your user, you're asking your client. So change your number 5 question and then be consistent with your choice of fonts. Okay, so who has that question? Esther, are you the one?
Yes, I'm the one.
What is your Figma name? Which of the Esther?
It's just Esther.
Hey, Esther.
Please, I cannot find my question. No.
Yeah, but what's my own?
How are you going to? Oh God, though. That's why I said. That's why I said. Once you drop your sticky note, just make it big so that you can look for it. Hey, see, I'm seeing
My
faith.
own is very tiny.
That is the thing. Once you drop it, you need to increase it immediately. I'm seeing faith. Faith, if you're on this fire, I've seen your own though. Okay, see where she's working. What color did you use? Esther, what
Green.
color?
Green.
Green.
I used green.
You have put your you have put your tooth on a high jump. Oh. Hey, where am I going to look for all this now? Have you started writing something in it?
Yes, I'm done. I actually wanted to edit it because I didn't get the questions correctly. Although, I didn't get your question correctly, so there were some of them I wanted to edit. So I started looking for it. I couldn't find it again.
Okay, before I continue, Olayemi, are you serious? Like, do you want to do your assignment on my file? Why? Why not once you are done, just copy your own and go to your file. Just copy. Leave these ones here. Just copy. Hey, yeah, see, I love where Christiana just I love where Christiana just went to her own corner, start doing her work to avoid all this. This is what you guys are supposed to do. Hell, God, where am I going to look for this now? This is required. This is Sonia's own. Who is Sonia? Sonia, please. Sonia, wait, let me. Sonia. Sonia, look at your own. I've tagged you now, so just click on your comment. It will take you to your own. So let me look for that other their own. Esther, I can't find your own. No. I've seen Sonia's own. Who have this one? Esther, I've seen it. Esther, I've seen it. I've tagged you to read. Esther, yeah, I've seen it. So this is your own. I don't know, but I've tagged Esther to this file. So this is your own. Esther, see what you will do, eh? Come on this Figma file. Click here. Look for my name. Come on. 2 ways you can look for this comment. Look for your own. Is come on this file. Click on my name. It will just take you there. It will show you something. Start following. It will just take you direct to where I am. So once you click on it, once you come to this place, then click on stop following. Then you can do whatever you want to do here. Or you click on this your comments. Look for your name to take you to this place. But I've tagged Esther. Esther, see your own here. So we are good to go, right? Okay, I love this section. Ha, Monica, I saw your own song here. Hey, I know I saw your own song here. Esther, Esther, come see your own here. Monica, hey, see your own here, Esther. Just click on the comments. Just click on the comments. Like click where I tag you to just take you straight. Okay, Ukochukwu is done.
Yes, I've seen it. I've seen my own. I've seen it. Thank you.
All right. Monica, I know I saw your own. Let me look for it again. How often do you understand? Okay, yeah. Ugochukwu, you are good to go. Monica, I know I saw your own. Monica, what color is your own? I know I saw one. One is this Sonia I saw, Monica. This is Christina. Hey. Faith, what name did you use? Hey, you see, you people going to see what you will do, guys. You guys are going to take your time. The Figma file, you guys have access to it. So take your time to look for it. Please take your time to look for it. So you know the assignment. If I review your questions, you're good to go. If you have corrections, Faith, okay, I think I saw you and I'm going to look for it again. Okay, you're still doing it. Okay. So the question is, if I've reviewed your own and I said you're good to go, what you just need to do is copy it to your own Figma file. So when you copy it to your own Figma file, you will add extra 5 questions to read. When you add extra 5 questions to read, you keep it at the top and you write qualitative question, and then you duplicate it again to the second one. You will duplicate it to the second. You duplicate the second one. Then you put quantitative questions. But this time around, your questions are not going to carry option. Some can be some can be yes or no. Some can be true or false, depending how your question look like. Then you should just carry options. But they are the same question. The first set of questions is just 10 questions without options. And then the second one is the same question, but with options. Okay? So that's how your question is going to look like for the first part of the assignment. Then tomorrow after class, I will announce the assignment for you, and then you will do the assignment. But for now, just go ahead. Then Monday, you will see the question on your platform, and then you have the option to submit. Remember, if you want to submit your assignment, don't type anything. Just come to this place. When you come to this place, just copy the link, come to your platform, just paste. When you come to your platform, just paste. Don't type, here is the link, oh, this is the access to. Don't do it. Just come to that place on the submit, click on paste, just paste the link, and then proceed to submission of the assignment. You don't have to, type in anything. If you type anything, I can't have access to the link again. But just copy only the link, so that when I click the link, it just take me straight to your Figjam file. Please always remember to give me access to your Figjam and Figma file. So this assignment will be done on Figjam, and remember to give me access to your Figjam. It's very important. Now we are done, so it's time to take attendance.
Sorry, the next question.
Sorry, ma.